She relaxed her hair and obviously does not know how to care for it properly because it's stuck at the same length. So she's a texturist with no real results. Sis has so much to say but can't even gain results with her own hair. She won't let go of that relaxer for anything, and it's clearly holding her back. Like, she's the type to keep relaxing her hair and keep breaking that shit off every month just so people don't say I told you so after she talked all that about natural hair. These are some of the comments in the thread some of my watchers have created on Lipstick Alley. Till this day, I am still so flattered that my content actually sparks a conversation to the point people got me in a forum, my baby. I love to see it. And I'm not even being sarcastic about it. So let's get into it, y'all. I'm probably coming up on 2 years since I overprocessed, or let me say since my hair was overprocessed in the salon. So let's get into it. It was a few days before my birthday, after this very haircut that I gave myself, when I decided to stumble on into a random Dominican hair salon in Atlanta, Georgia. And child, when I tell you I went in like this, but I walked out like this. Hair was toe up from the flow up, child. I literally been spending the last 1 to 2 years having to grow my hair back from scraps, okay, without doing a huge big chop. I documented the whole thing on my YouTube channel. You can check it out by visiting the link in my bio. And so the first year during the grow back, I was just wearing my hair out. But this last year, specifically in 2023, I decided to rely more on sew-ins using my hair restoration technique. I have been helping women like myself regrow their hair back through the proper usage of weaves for the last 12 years, literally. Well, I wasn't always the healthy hairstylist. Let me not even lie. I've been doing weaves for 12 years, but it wasn't until about 8 years ago that I specifically used them to help people grow their hair back. So as hard of a process as this has been, you know, having to take that L, I got people on the gossip blogs talking about how she on YouTube teaching about hair and she can't even grow hers. You know, minor setback for a major comeback, okay? So y'all, I wanted to show y'all this install I did in January. I've done so many using my raw hair extensions, which y'all can find on my website. If you are ready to begin your hair restoration journey with me, make sure you click the link in my bio and complete the new client inquiry form so that I can help you get closer to your hair goals, y'all. I'm in this with y'all. We in this. I can't believe I just recorded a whole voiceover and got a call, and now I have to restart. It just completely messed everything up. So let me run this down from the top, y'all. Am I a charlatan who is like these other people online teaching about hair care and hair growth, and I can't even achieve the results on my own? Or am I someone who is simply a victim of circumstance? Honestly speaking, I would say neither. I'm not a charlatan, but I'm also not a victim of circumstances, because the situation was 100% preventable. Especially considering the fact that I'm not a regular civilian when entering into hair salons. I'm a hairstylist. I'm a hair care professional. And I knew throughout the process that what the stylist was doing was wrong, but I had my own hangups and issues, right? It was the greatest, most valuable lesson I have ever learned in my life. I almost feel like it was like a psychological operation, literally. Was I a texturist or a colorist? Absolutely not. Did I have internalized self-hatred and inferiority complex? Possibly. Subconsciously, even if I wasn't aware of it. And I'm going to tell you why as I get into the story. So, it was a few days before my birthday. Actually, it was on my birthday, actually. Let me correct myself when I say that. I have been doing my own hair for several years, with the exception of my virgin relaxer, which I went to have done in a hair salon. Now, on this particular day, like many women, I wanted to treat myself. I wanted to pamper myself. And unfortunately, I walked out having had just experienced one of the greatest hair tragedies of my life. Literally. Y'all, not only did my hair suffer, but my finances suffered. For so long, my hair journey, my own personal journey, was one of my biggest selling points, both for in-person clients, like just walking on the street, people seeing my hair, and also, documenting my journey online for all those years. So my finances even took a hit. I'm just keeping it a buck and keeping it real. But I wouldn't trade it for nothing, because it really was it played a key role in my personal development. Okay. So prior to me actually going back to a relaxer in 2018, I had been without relaxer since about 2012. With the exception of 2016 when I big chopped, I did get a pixie cut that was relaxed, and the following week I did a buzz cut to go back natural. So I was all over the place with it. When I was having my hair relaxed prior to 2012, or whenever I said I first went relaxed, I had a Dominican hairstylist that I had been seeing since about 2006, y'all, literally since elementary school. She was a phenomenal hairstylist. So much so that a lot of the techniques that I learned from her, as well as the products that she would use in my hair, I still use in my own hair practice today. So when I wanted to relax my hair in Vegas, one of my clients who was relaxed used to go to a Dominican stylist who is here in Vegas. She's probably, I don't know about now because I don't look into Dominican salons anymore, but at that time she was literally like one of the only Dominican stylists in Vegas and the only hair salon. And my client referred me to her, but when I inquired, I just didn't really take to her. So I happened to be on YouTube one day looking at hair videos, and I come across a video about virgin relaxers from a stylist who just happened to had just relocated back to, or located to Vegas, right? She had a pretty large following, and I really liked the message in her video. When I inquired with her, I realized she worked at one of my old hair salons. So, and she was a black stylist. So I reached out to her. I loved her vibe from day one. And, during the appointment, I'm going to leave the details because I already talked about this. So if you want to hear more about it, make sure you click the links in the comment section because I've already done videos on this subject. But moral to the story, the appointment seemed to go well. But afterwards, I started to notice a lot of breakage, and certain parts of my hair were also very hard. So during my wash day, I realized my hair was both under and over processed. I'm not going to get all the way into the details, but I was so traumatized that I decided I didn't want anyone else in my hair. I contemplated it, and I felt it would be better for me to just develop my own self-corrective relaxer technique and do it myself. And so that is what I did. After doing my corrective relaxer, my hair was beautiful. I continued to implement that technique for my touch-ups, and my hair was thriving. It was only when I deviated from that technique that I found my hair experiencing setbacks. And, that just taught me a valuable lesson. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. The corrective relaxer or self-relaxing technique that I use is a little bit more time-consuming, but it works for the health of my hair. I never have any over-processing, under-processing, breakage, overlap, or anything when I implement the technique. So if you're interested in the technique, you can find it on my channel. I will try to link it in the comments. So I would say my hair was doing very well, with the exception of during the pandemic when I was unable to access my coworkers who would regularly trim and cut my ends. I wasn't used to cutting my own ends at that time, and so I felt like my ends kind of split a little bit from going the extended periods of time without trimming my ends. With the exception of that, I wasn't having any hair issues. So there was a few times where I allowed a coworker touch up my new growth, and I liked her, but I just didn't like how I would have to hear everybody in the shop's mouth about how extra I was because of the precautions I like to take with my hair, right? I just didn't feel the need to hear the hassle. So I started going back to self-relaxing until, my hair started to get longer and longer, number one. And number two, I didn't have a medicine cabinet in this new house that I was in, so it became difficult to see the back of my hair. And I found myself under processing again. So for my birthday, I decided that I wanted to treat myself to a relaxer and have some of those areas touched up. I happened to go into the doctor's office a few weeks before my birthday when I wanted to schedule an appointment. And the nurse practitioner or whatever she was, medical assistant who was checking me in and stuff, she had healthy hair. So she told me about the Dominican salon that she goes to across the street. She was also a black woman. And she spoke about them in great, she spoke very highly of them. So I go over there to schedule an appointment, and immediately I just did not like the woman who greeted me. She was super rude. And not to mention, she wasn't any type of, not even mixed race. Come to find out, she was actually a white Colombian lady. She wasn't Dominican. But I just didn't like her disposition. I chose not to go with her. The next resort that I resorted to, because I did call somebody else on Google, right? And so I remember telling her I just needed to touch up with a few areas touched up. And I remember she tried to tell me she has to reapply the relaxer down my shaft. I told her no, I chose not to go with that lady. So I decided, okay, let me go to the salon that my old stylist used to work at. If y'all are wondering why I didn't go to my old stylist, it's because she's now retired. So I go to the old salon. It's called Charisma Salon in Lilburn, Georgia. It used to be a really poppin' salon back when I was really young. So I walk in, and there's nobody there as far as clients. But there was a younger stylist in the front and an older woman in the back. The older woman is the one who ended up being my stylist. And so I forgot what I said when I had previously recorded this narration, but there was two reasons that I believe this salon appointment went wrong and I deserved what happened to me. Okay. Number one was I went in there talking crap about black hairstylists. Okay. And I don't know what my train of thought was at that time. I don't know if it was just for me to be able to vent about it, or if I was seeking some sort of validation or approval. Regardless to what it was, I deserved it, because knowing what I know now in my more mature and more experienced life self, whatever, regardless of the grievances that I had with black hairstylists, I didn't need to express it in front of them. Okay. And number two, when the lady continuously kept pushing my boundaries, for example, when I told her I don't want it reapplied down my shaft, I want it put on certain areas, and she insisted, even though she ended up saying, okay, I'm just going to do what you said, her insistence and not listening to what the hell I had to say should have made me get up out that chair and walk away. Also, when I noticed that she was using a super strength relaxer, and I told her I don't need that, and she insisted, this was all my fault. I should have got up and left. But that was the consequences of people pleasing, cooning, and internalized self-hatred. Okay. So yeah, I already told you, I already recorded this, and now I had to restart over. I think I crossed all my T's and dotted all my I's. But the point is, I'm absolutely very, very knowledgeable on hair care and hair growth, and also relaxed hair. My relaxed hair was starving, as y'all can see in this video, but I missed the mark when I wanted to walk my ass into that salon and kiss butt. I was going to say A, and then I was going to say B, and then I just decided to say butt. Booty. I didn't want to say that. Kiss ass and, trash talk black people. That's what happens when you're cooning, okay? It was a key phase in my personal development and my black experience. I have had several experiences like this since then, and I'm grateful for each and every one of them because I needed it psychologically. I was a token Negro, number one. And, I needed these experiences. So I have no shame. I'm actually very grateful because I'm so firm in my identity. And, I don't give anybody grace outside of black people. Or I'm not giving nobody more grace than I give black people, if you get what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, I walked out that salon with my hair toe up from the flow up. And for the past 2 years, I've been having to suffer the consequences of my actions. And I'm here to alert y'all, okay, and let y'all know, okay? So let me know what y'all think about this. My hair was beautiful. Yeah, my hair was absolutely beautiful. I'm not concerned because I'll get there again. I've been just back to wearing weaves like I used to do way back in the day. And I'm not ashamed of anything that happened. Like I said, these were key components in my life story. And yeah, I love what it did for my self-esteem. I love what it did for my self-image and all of that. So shoot, it is what it is. I felt like it was worth the loss of the hair. And before I know it, it'll grow back. If you're looking at this video, these are the extensions from my hairline, okay? And yeah, they're amazing, okay? This is what I've been doing, wearing my sew-ins, promoting my hair brand. Yeah, I know y'all just peeped that. I got a story time for y'all that I'm also not ashamed of, y'all. Life been throwing them, baby, life been throwing them throws at me, okay? So yes, y'all, this is another component in my personal just another component in my personal evolution, Miss Mamas, okay? One thing I could say is always humble yourself, guys, because life gonna humble you if you don't humble yourself. Anyways, ladies, I can't wait to give y'all this story time, and I know y'all can't wait. I know y'all gonna tear Lipstick Alley up with this one too, and that's okay. My hair extensions will be available for sale again soon, so make sure y'all look out for that. My books are open for Vegas, but I'm very selective with my clientele right now. I'm mainly working with my clients and referrals, but I will be taking some new clients soon. So anyway, let me all know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, and get Growentine today.